you need to be delusional in life. And this is like a pretty buzzword trending in the past few years, but you need to be delulu. You need to be delusional about every single decision that you make, right? And being delusional just kind of means like you're not really sure, or you kind of believe in this thing that you know that's probably not going to happen, or that has a very low chance of happening. But honestly, that's actually a very powerful mindset if you think about it, because it just means that you don't care about how other people think, no matter how much people tell you, oh, there's no way you'll make it. Oh, like this thing seems too hard. Like there's no way, impossible, right? But again, because you're delusional and you convince yourself and you just tell yourself that no, this will work, this will, this has to happen, right? It almost seems like you're coping, but it's what being delusional is. And in order to survive in this world, you kind of have to be delusional, and you kind of have to have this self-belief about yourself in order for yourself to actually stand out and to not just be average. Because I don't know about you guys, but I know that I wasn't placed on this earth by God to just be average. I truly do believe that I have this greater sense of self and this greater purpose. And again, I don't want to come off as narcissistic or come off as very, I guess, self-entitled, but I do believe that I was put here on a reason. I don't know if it's to make content, to work on my job or whatever, but I do feel like talking and providing entertainment, but also knowledge to you guys is so important for me, right? But that's not what you might be interested in, right? You might be interested in something else, but you have to have this sense of delusion going into it, right? When I'm making these YouTube videos, I don't know what's going to happen. It might flop or it might blow up, but I have this delusion sense of self. Ever since I was a kid, I knew that I wanted to be some sort of YouTuber or content creator, right? I'm delusional. I think that I'm going to get 100K, or I think I'm going to get 1,000 subs by the end of the summer, right? I don't know if that's true or not, but you have to be delusional. You have to be so delusional to where you actually believe in some of the BS that you tell yourself, right? Because that's kind of what it is, right? You're telling yourself and you're kind of deluding yourself into this false sense of reality where you know that it may come true or it may not come true. But the point being here is that you need to tell yourself this because no one else is going to, and no one else is really going to believe in yourself as much as you believe in yourself, right? I truly do believe that your internal delusion, or your internal, the way that you think about yourself is a reflection of your outside world, right? This is where manifestation comes into work. This is where a lot of the new age or the self-belief or kind of like these zodiac signs and these chakras come into place, right? I'm not telling you what to believe, but I do feel like we're all spiritual beings and there are energies and there are levels to this, right? So you need to tap into that higher self. You need to tap into that higher version of yourself, right? There's a saying called faking it till you make it, right? That's kind of like deluding yourself. That's kind of like being the Lulu until you make it, like being delusional, right? Because you know that that isn't your true self, but in a way it kind of is your true self if you make it out to be, right? Because again, there's this whole placebo effect, right? I don't know if you guys know this, but a placebo effect is basically like, I remember my teachers or professor telling me this, right? Basically you have two patients, right? And you both give them a pill, and one of them is kind of like a placebo pill where it doesn't, it's like a nothing pill, right? But the other pill is kind of like a sugar pill. And so naturally, if you take the sugar pill, you'll feel like more energetic. You'll feel like, oh, I'm more happy because, that's how sugar works inside your brain. But the placebo pill, it has nothing, right? But because the patient believed that it was supposed to be a sugar pill, then they naturally feel, oh, more happy, and they feel more energetic, and they feel like they have this positive energy about them, right? Even though the pill itself doesn't have any inherent sugar like content about it, right? So again, think about it like that, right? It's a placebo effect, right? Life and being delusional is like a placebo effect. There's nothing inherently that has this thing that is like valuable telling you, oh yeah, you're gonna make it, you're gonna do this and that, right? We don't know the future, we don't know how things are gonna go, but the fact that you have to be delusional, and the fact that you have to have such a strong sense of belief that you are gonna make no matter what. I don't care what the haters tell me, I don't care about the numbers, right? I don't care. I know I'm gonna make it. That's just how it is, and I'm a living proof of that. I'm delusional. I'm very delusional right now because I think that this is gonna somehow work out for me. I think that I'm gonna be a YouTuber, content creator. I'm gonna be guys like Kai Cenats in the future. I'm gonna be like them, right? Whether that comes true or not, I don't know, but I'm gonna believe in myself because guess what? Nobody else is. Nobody else is going to be this delusional. This is how it is. This is how you must operate in this current modern society. You must be delusional, and you just have to have this greater sense of self, and you just have to believe in yourself so much to where it is like a delusion, where it is something that you just don't know whether or not it's gonna work out. But guess what? At least you tried. Even if it doesn't work out, you'll maybe get a piece of that, or maybe if it just didn't work out at all, who cares, right? At least you can live your life out telling yourself that, hey, at least I tried, instead of being someone who never tried because I was so afraid and I just didn't take that step. That's something that you can say that none of these other guys can say. So if you guys do go on to enjoy, I guess, one of my first more serious videos, then do subscribe to the channel. Trying to get to 1,000 subs. Again, that's being delusional, right? But I do genuinely think that it's going to happen. Talk about being real delusional. I think I'm going to get to 100,000 subscribers. That's really delusional to me because I can't even imagine that number in the future. But hey, again, that's being delusional, and I'm going to be that right now. So thank you guys for watching. My name is Just That Ice, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.